welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be reacting to songs meant for other artists. So I've seen this, like a lot of videos of this on TikTok, and licks and stuff, and songs that were meant for other artists, but then other artists got the song, stuff like that. And I was like, should I react to this? Because maybe they're just going to use the ones they always use, and I will know everything, and there will be no point in me to reacting to this. But I skimmed through it, like the first one and the second. I was like, I actually do not know these. So I tried not to watch it. I really just skimmed through it and tried to see the names. And I was like, okay, maybe I don't know, so let's not see too much. But yeah, if there is some that I know, I might skip it. But also, if she has more stuff to say that I don't know, maybe I'll watch it. But yeah, let's get into it.
Hello, and welcome
welcome
back to my channel. So today's video, actually, I have been meaning to do a part 2 to it for a while, and I'm finally delivering on that. And actually, the songs that I'm going to talk about in this video, I think I got all of them from the comment section of the first songs written for other artists video that I did. So as I've kind of just said, and obviously as the title suggests, today we are going to talk about songs that were originally written for, intended for, or recorded by another artist before it ended up in the hands of the artist who officially released it. So I'll kind of tell you the story behind it and how it ended up with the artist who the song belongs to technically, and I will also tell you which version that I like better. And of course, this is a matter of opinion. It's not shade. It's just me listening to the demos when they exist and making
obviously
comparing it to the version of the song that I'm feeling.
Again, me and how do you say not trigger warnings, but damn, what's the word? Not warnings, but she literally has to say, I'm gonna say which one I like better, and then she has to say, oh, but it's a matter of opinion. She literally said the one I like better, so it's gonna be the one that she likes better. Not if it's bad, if one of them is worse, and then the one she likes is better. No, she said the one she likes more. It's a matter of opinion. But there's gonna be people that are not gonna understand that, so she has to put emphasis on it and say it again and again, so people don't comment what they shouldn't.
Familiar with. So if there is a demo of the song that exists, they are already linked down below in the description, so that you can also give them a listen. So let's go ahead and get into it.
See, I don't know, Kesha. So Kesha and Brittany, Blow. Oh, I think it's that song. I think it trended on TikTok, right? This place about to blow. Is it that one? I don't see Brittany.
Including Max
well, I do.
It was originally meant for Britney Spears, but
no, I do, because their styles were similar at the time.
Album Cannibal. The song sounds exactly like the electro-pop sleaze sound that Kesha had established on her debut album. But still, I think Blow could have worked just as well as a Britney Spears song. She's dabbled heavily in that sort of electronic party music sound herself, especially on Blackout. I don't mind at all that Kesha kept Blow because it's an iconic Kesha song, but I think Britney could have easily done it justice too.
True.
I'm assuming the song would have been included on Femme Fatale if Britney had kept it. And in terms of it being on that album, I can see why Britney rejected it. I think the one song on Femme Fatale that makes including Blow redundant is Till the World Ends. That song is pop perfection, and it's similar both sonically and thematically to Blow. Kesha actually wrote Till the World Ends, which was produced by Dr. Luke and Max Martin. She recorded a demo for it, but it ended up in Britney's hands. I've seen people in YouTube comments, so take this with a grain of salt, saying that Dr. Luke gave the song away to Britney without Kesha's permission. Kesha herself has said that the song was written with Britney in mind, so if that's true, it implies she likely never meant to keep it. She appears on the remix alongside Nicki Minaj, which is honestly my favorite version of Till the World Ends. I think this one worked out fine with Kesha deciding to keep Blow and Britney getting Till the World Ends. Hold It Against Me, which is also on Femme Fatale, was intended for Katy Perry.
I don't think that.
Not only was it meant for her,
but
it was also inspired by her. The writer, Bonnie McKee, confirmed the song was about Katy Perry's body. If you're unfamiliar with the song, it's based around a pun saying, if I said I want your body now, would you hold it against me? Bonnie wrote several other songs on Femme Fatale, so it makes sense that this one also ended up on the album eventually. It ended up with Britney after Dr. Luke and Max Martin decided the song wouldn't suit Katie. Hold It Against Me likely would have gone on Teenage Dream. I don't know how to explain it, but I think the song just isn't camp enough for Katie. Part of me can see it though, because Katie loves to use innuendos and entendres and puns when she's talking about more suggestive stuff. But Peacock, which is on Teenage Dream, is a more clever, more Katie use of this style of song. If Katie had put Hold It Against Me on Teenage Dream, I'm sure it would have just been a B-side, and I don't think it would have gotten the attention some other songs on the album have gotten. I love Hold It Against Me on Britney. It gives me like If You Seek Amy 3 tongue-in-cheek sort of vibes, but the music is slightly more updated to sound like a song that came out in 2011. The production sounds just like Britney, and it fits with the femme fatale theme of the album way more than it would have fit with the production on Teenage Dream. So for me, Hold It Against Me is definitely best with Britney. This one's a little crossover moment. Kesha actually recorded the demo of the Girls' Generation song, Run Devil Run. The demo was written and recorded with the intention of selling it, and SM Entertainment eventually bought it. Korean and Japanese songwriters were hired to translate the lyrics for the versions that Girls' Generation recorded. Run Devil Run was a departure from their girly, cuter sort of concept. Their look was edgier, and the video made use of contrasting black and white sets and styling. Run Devil Run was a success for Girls' Generation, as the Korean version went number 1 in the Gaon Singles Chart, and the Japanese version went number 1 in the Gaon Albums Chart. The song earned the group 4 music show wins as well. I think if you're familiar with the SNSD version, it's pretty easy to imagine Kesha singing Run Devil Run. It's very similar to the electronic synth-heavy music she was making back in 2010. Kesha sounds great in her demo, and it sounds almost weird to hear the full song in English. But I think it makes it evident that Kesha could have easily kept Run Devil Run for herself if she'd wanted to. The auto-tune in her voice sort of gives me Radar by Britney vibes. For some reason, hearing Run Devil Run in English made me realize the production on both songs is actually pretty similar. It does make you wonder what would have been if Kesha had intended to put Run Devil Run on Animal. I think the song would have done well with her, but I don't think Run Devil Run would have been as much of a moment for Kesha as it was for Girls' Generation. It's one of their most popular songs, and one of the most popular songs from second-gen K-pop. Aside from the song, we also got outfits, choreography, and a whole concept to go behind it. So I'm definitely glad that Girls' Generation kept Run Devil Run, because they made it iconic. I love this song. I remember when it...
Wait. Pretty Girls... I don't know that song.
I love this song. I remember when it premiered and just remember loving the visuals and thinking, wow, this is just a perfect summertime pop song. This was back when a lot of Iggy videos were inspired by movies, and though she's only the featured artist, I'm glad they kept with that trend for this one. The video for Pretty Girls is inspired by the 80s movie Earth Girls Are Easy. Pretty Girls was originally written by Little Mix, Iggy Azalea, and songwriter Megan Cotone. This makes me wonder if Iggy's writing credit was her verse, meaning the Little Mix version also would have had the Iggy feature. Iggy and Britney both teased the collab before it actually came out in 2015. They both said the song would be on a new album that Britney was working on, but it looks like that album never came. This was a fun era, and the song sounds like 2015. The live performances were neon and summery, which supports the song perfectly. Pretty Girls sounds like Little Mix, and there are parts of the song where I can definitely imagine them singing it. I think the song probably would have gone on their album Get Weird, since it came out a few months after Pretty Girls. With that being said, I think it makes sense they gave it up. Little Mix released their lead single from Get Weird, Black Magic, just a couple weeks after Pretty Girls. It's unlikely they would have promoted both songs at the same time, meaning Pretty Girls would have been a B-side for them most likely. But with a song like Pretty Girls, the summertime would have been the best time to promote it, and they would of course wanted Black Magic to have its moment. Aside from that, Pretty Girls is thematically pretty similar to Black Magic. Both songs are about being entrancing and desirable and have a sort of girl power tone. Most of the songs on Get Weird also have a modern retro vibe to them, which Pretty Girls doesn't really fit in my opinion. It just feels like a song that Little Mix didn't really need. I think they ended up doing the whole girl power anthem with the rap feature thing way better on the Confetti remix, which is one of my favorite releases of theirs.
Yeah.
I do sort of wonder though, if in an alternate universe, if Little Mix kept Pretty Girls and promoted it, how it would have performed. And I say
because the Confetti version with Saweetie doesn't have Jessie, so...
Iggy insinuated the single's performance was due to lack of promotion, which unfortunately she couldn't help much with because she was only the featured artist. Soon after, Britney tweeted, "Can't wait to get back to Vegas. So thankful I have shows for the rest of the year to look forward to. Hashtag you want a piece of me. A lot of people took this as a clap back at Iggy because she'd recently canceled a tour due to lack of ticket sales. I don't think Pretty Girls adds much to either artist's discographies, but I love the song for what it is. It's a fun summertime pop rap, and it's a good song to get ready to or sing in the car, and I think that that's all it was intended for. And I don't mind it at all on Britney and Iggy. Ring was included on Selena Gomez's 2020 album.
Ring was for Normani?
It's very sultry and sensual, and sounds like a song that you'd hear at a cabaret lounge. It also doesn't sound like any of the other songs on Rare, which does make me wonder why Selena wanted to include it, but I do like it. It's actually one of my favorite songs on Rare, so I can't really complain that much. Normani recorded her own demo of Ring. The production sounds unfinished, or at least like they added to it for
Oh wow, I want to listen to Normani version.
And I'm conflicted because Normani sounds better in the demo than Selena does, but the song is still so simple that I feel like it kind of does nothing for Normani. I will say, though, that Normani's demo sounds closer to what the song was probably intended to sound like. Her version does actually give me sort of 60s, almost jazzy.
No, true, but then they changed it to fit Selena's. So that's why I was like, how can Normani sound better? But then I was like, maybe that because it was intended for her, but it sounded better in that version. But then they made a version to fit Selena's, so that's why Selena's sounds really good. Because I was like, how would Normani sound? But yeah, the production, it might be very different.
Sort of pretty girl vibes that Normani gives. And that's no shade, because to pull off a song like this, you do have to be talented, but you have to make it sound effortless too. And I feel like Normani's version has a layer of emotion and feeling in it that Selena's version lacks, but she still comes off like she's not forcing it. It's hard to say whether I think Normani should have released the song officially, because both versions do kind of sound like it's meant to be a filler song, but Normani does it better than Selena. I feel like my hesitation is because it doesn't sound like anything Normani's done, but that doesn't make it a bad song.
Okay.
I would like to hear Normani on Selena's track, though, because I originally loved the music in Selena's version, but hearing Normani's demo makes it sound kind of overproduced in comparison. I think the pared down version suits Normani better because her voice is strong enough to carry it, but I'd still like to see. For some reason, when I was listening to it, I was thinking Lauren Heredia could have killed this song too. She has the powerful, sort of raspy vocals for it.
Yeah, Lauren, I don't see.
Vocally, Normani actually carries it a lot better. Rare's title track was also shopped around before it ended up in Selena's hands. And side note, every time I hear this song, it reminds me of Gold by Marina, which I'll link below so that you can compare. Charlie recorded a demo of Rare, and the vocals are good, but I don't know how much I like the music on Charlie. The lyrics sound like they could easily be Charlie, and it actually made me go check and see if she wrote this song, which she didn't. Charlie actually recorded Rare back in 2017 because her label encouraged her to record more songs written by other artists. I can see why Charlie passed on Rare, because unless she just wanted it to be a single, it likely would have been on her self-titled album, and it wouldn't have fit well there production-wise. I do like the way that Charlie sings the chorus more than I like Selena's version, but I like Selena's verses better.
Oh, so she has...
I also like Charlie's bridge.
Okay, a version too. I'm going to have to listen to all the versions.
The production in that whole section of the song sounds more like Charlie, and I feel like it would have suited her better if the entire song had sounded that way. I can easily imagine Rare being a Madison Beer song. She recorded a demo for it as well, and while her version sounds closer to Selena's than Charlie's, Madison's version has a lot more.
She has a version too? I'm going to have to listen.
I prefer her vocals the most out of the three, but same with Charlie, I don't think the music suits Madison's voice well. I think the music would have suited her better if the music had been slowed and toned down just a little bit more. I think in its entirety, Rare worked best on Selena Gomez. I like it a lot, and her tone in the song reminds me a lot of Bad Liar, which I love a lot too. I have no problem with Rare being a Selena Gomez song, but I think Charlie or Madison could have made a better version, but they would have needed different production.
Beyonce.
Beyonce? With All About That
Beyonce?
Prior, she'd worked behind the scenes mostly as a songwriter. She'd recorded albums in the past, but had started to lose faith in becoming a singer herself. Megan shopped All About That bass around to other artists and labels, but they all passed on it because they didn't think the song would do well. Beyonce was one of the artists who passed. Megan performed the demo for L.A. Reid, who not only felt that she should keep All About That bass, but that it would actually be a hit. Hear me out on this one. It sounds stupid at first if you're thinking about All About That bass as Meghan Trainor's version of the song, and not just thinking about it as a song in general. But Beyonce could have killed All About That bass, especially the chorus. I don't think the song would have needed that different of music either. If anything, and no pun intended, it just would have needed a stronger bass line and maybe some brass. Beyonce would have also elevated the vocals, and I think she would have added some great runs and harmonies that would play up on the doo-wop sound of the song. The album I feel like All About That Bass would have made the most sense on is 4, especially because of the retro R&B brassy production on the album. But still, I don't know how well I could imagine it on 4. Maybe if she released it as a single or put it on a deluxe version like she did with 7-Eleven. The lyrics would have to have been changed a little bit too, because they do sound childish at points, and Beyonce was in her 30s with a husband and child when All About That Bass came out. Would Beyonce's version of All About That Bass have been more iconic than Bootylicious? Probably not, but Beyonce definitely could have elevated the song and made something sexy with it, I think. Even listening to the end of All About That Bass, I'm like, wow, Beyonce, she would have ate that. Maybe it's better she didn't release it though, because I remember people being kind of upset over the lyrics. I also saw articles saying Beyonce was probably upset that she passed on All About That Bass because of how successful it was. Beyonce has had several career.
That's dumb, because that doesn't mean it would be successful for you. It just means it was successful for her. But that's the thing I was thinking about. Like, they all passed because they didn't think it was going to be a hit. But then Megan takes the song, makes it a hit. But I mean, she didn't make a hit. She made a song. People made it a hit, you know? Because Beyonce could have done the song. She could have done an amazing song, but people wouldn't care, you know? And I think that was because that's basically what made Megan, like, recognizable, I would say, and made kind of the beginning of her career was that song. So I feel like it worked out well. Like, everybody said no, so she had the opportunity to make the song herself, and look, she did it.
Moments that were bigger than All About That Bass, even though the song was a sensation. To me, it feels like she passed on the song just because she simply didn't need it on any of her projects, no matter how good she could have made it sound. But like I said in the last video, just because a song is a hit for one artist doesn't mean it would have been for
What did I just say? What did I just say?
Y'all know my part-time job is shading J-Lo, but y'all also know that if anything, I'm realistic. And she did her thing on this song. You can't not move or not sing when On the Floor comes on. J-Lo ended up with On the Floor after Nicole Scherzinger turned it down. I do think I can say with the utmost confidence, though, that Nicole would have done the song justice as well. It sounds like something she would sing, so I can imagine her on it. It made me wonder why she turned down On the Floor, because the song almost sounds more like Nicole than it does like J-Lo.
Really?
The closest reasoning I could find was actually Nicole discussing turning down We Found Love. She said, I passed on We Found Love. I got the demo of that song and I was busy at the time. They'd sent me a few dance tracks and I wasn't able to get to them, and I was like, oh, there's so much dance and I want to take a break from it. That was my fault. I slept on it. On the Floor, and We Found...
Again, it doesn't mean that she would have said yes, that the song would have been a hit. It was a hit for Rihanna. Doesn't mean the same would have happened to her.
Love were both released in 2011, so her reasoning for rejecting both songs could be the same, but who knows. I think J-Lo suits On the Floor, and I love this song, so I'm not too hurt that Nicole passed on it. As far as I know, this is J-Lo's voice too, but if not, word to whoever sang it. And while I love We Found Love as a Rihanna song, I do think Nicole could have done something interesting with it. But I'm glad Rihanna kept it, of course. Nicole also turned down Just Dance, which was a good move because that's definitely better on Gaga to me. This is one that really hurts me just thinking about what could have been. I just know this song would be trending on TikTok right now. Also, can we discuss the power that would have been Paris Hilton singing the line, Don't You Wish Your Girlfriend Was Hot Like Me? Like, she owns the word hot. Busta Rhymes and CeeLo Green actually wrote
it wouldn't have fit.
Interestingly enough, Gnarls Barkley's Crazy was pitched to Nicole too, but thankfully CeeLo kept it. The original artist on Don't Ya, named Tori Mays, gave up the rights to the track, which is how it ended up being offered to Paris. It's safe to assume that Don't Ya would have gone on her album from 2006. I can say, though, that if Paris had released the song, she would have been dragged for it all through the media. It definitely would have gotten a similar treatment to Stars Are Blind, with it being a cult classic that some people are just now starting to appreciate. Paris said she only rejected Don't Ya because the demo sounded different. She said if she'd heard the version of Pussycat Dolls released, then she would have kept it. Paris didn't seem to have any hard feelings about it, though, as she was...
Okay, but that is kind of dumb, no? Because when you listen to a demo, obviously it doesn't mean that the production is going to be the same. Like I was saying with Selena, they changed the production to fit Selena's voice because it was on Normani's voice. So you listen to a song and you're like, in what way can I change this that would fit my voice? And would it even fit my voice if I were to change it? And would it be a good version? That's what you got to think about. And, oh, I don't like this version. Oh, but if I had listened to their version, I would have wanted it. Like, yeah, that's probably what they thought. Oh, we like this demo. Let's do our version.
In attendance for the Pussycat Dolls
Like,
Lounge
you
Launch
can
Party
just
in
be like, oh, I don't
2008.
like the demo, so I don't
This
like
could
it.
have had some crazy butterfly effect, considering Don't Ya is one of the Pussycat Dolls' most popular songs.
True.
Nicole carries the song in a way that Paris couldn't have because she's a much stronger singer.
But see what I'm saying? It was meant to be because Paris turned down Don't Ya, and it's one of Pussycat's biggest songs. But then Nicole turned down We Found Love and Just Dance that were hits for other artists. So everything turned out well. They all had
I think
hits.
when I say I wish that
Either
Don't Ya
way,
was a
you
Paris
know?
Hilton song,
So it was
it's more
meant to
for
be.
the camp of it all and for the shits and the giggles. But I can still acknowledge that there was no way in hell Paris would have given Nicole level vocals. I do think, though, that Don't Ya is a song that could sound good on anyone with the right amount of autotune, but Nicole is one of the few people who could take the song to the next level. I would think you certainly don't have to have vocals to deliver on Don't Ya, but it makes it even better that Nicole does. This is when I thought I couldn't. Nicole does.
Yeah, Nicki and Ari. Nicki and
This
Katie.
is when I thought I couldn't really get behind it first, but now I can see Katie on Get On Your Knees. Nicki ended up collaborating on it with Ariana Grande instead. Prior, the two had only collabed on Bang Bang with Jessie J, so I wonder if this is the song that sparked all of their recurring collaborations that came after.
It was.
Ariana sounds great on the song, and it's hard to believe that she wasn't the original choice. I don't think, though, that Katie would have done a bad job on Get On Your Knees.
I don't think it's hard to believe.
Giving faith that she could have pulled this off. I do think that Katie's voice is a little bit heavier, though, if that's even a good word to explain it. Her voice isn't more powerful than Ariana's necessarily, but it has a deeper, more forceful tone to it, if that makes sense. It makes Ariana's version sound more flirty and coy, and I think Katie's vocals would have made the song sound more demanding, which I don't think is bad, I just think it would have been different.
Yeah,
Katie's voice has a good build up to it too, which
we wouldn't know if it actually
amazing on the chorus.
Until
I couldn't find
it
an
would
actual demo that Katie
actually
did for
happen,
Get On
you
Your
know.
Knees, but I did find a video that isolates her vocals in the song since some of them made it into the final version. And like I said, I at first thought that Katie's voice wouldn't work well in the song, but I can hear that she would have sounded just fine, and now I actually wanted to record it.
Yeah, see, that's
will
what I'm saying.
say
You
that
can
I feel like
only
Get On
know
Your
for
Knees would have
sure
been a different
if
direction
they
for Katie.
really
Like I said
made
earlier,
it
she dabbles into more mature
a version
topics,
so you can
but she
compare.
usually keeps it kind of sugar-coated and radio-friendly. And there's nothing that's sugar-coated in Get On Your Knees. Still, it would have been interesting to see her venture in this sort of direction. Katie wrote the hook and chorus, and I don't know why, but after finding out that Katy Perry wrote it, it just seems so obvious that she did. I do like that Nicki kept in the line that says, "Got me seeing them fireworks, I'm on my Katy Perry." I'm sure she wrote it when she thought that Katy would be on the track because it's common for Nicki to reference the artists that she's collabing with in the song. It also makes me wonder how Nicki and Katy never...
But it still works because she's a rapper, so she's basically... It's like she's, what's the word? She's mentioning another artist. So, like, and rappers usually do that, like, you know. So it still works even though Katy isn't on the song.
Did a song together before Swish Swish since they both ran the early 2010s.
Yeah. See, they ended up actually making Switch Switch, which was a collab, and they're already established artists. It was a big hit, so it was meant to be.
This would have been around the time of her Havana OMG Senorita era, and
yeah, I saw this one on TikTok. I did not like the demo. It was so different. Your love is how you move me, and that wasn't even the worst part. The worst part were the verses. Like, the production was so different. I was like, what? You think this would actually work as a song? I'm like, and then I was like, Camilla, you think this would actually work as a song? Because I really didn't like it. It wasn't a good song. And then I was like, oh, how did Ari make God Is a Woman based on this? I was like, Ari, you are amazing.
Her version is just a tiny bit slower than Ariana's.
It's so different. I don't like it. I really don't
like it as in Ariana's version. A guitar is more prominent in some parts. I also can't
and God
tell
Is a
if
Woman is my
Camila does
favorite
that
Ariana
original
song
end
ever.
because the demo
So
clip is like 40 seconds.
yeah.
Or if it's just a verse with different lyrics, but I do love it a lot. I do like that there are more tempo changes, and Camila's version sounds a little bit
No.
more dynamic than Ariana's. The lyrics are also slightly different in Camila's demo. Her version sounds like she's singing about how she feels rather than about how she's making someone else feel. Camila herself scrapped God as a woman because she said it didn't sound right for her. And while I do disagree, I'm glad it means we ended up with Ariana's version as well. It's almost weird to imagine her discography without this song, but I still don't think it was a make or break song for her either. Apparently, Rita Ora was meant to feature on Camila's version, which I'm glad that Ariana didn't keep. And it's nothing against Rita, but
Girl,
it's
I'm
absolutely
glad
nothing
she
about God
didn't.
as a woman that needs a feature from any artist. I feel like I have similar feelings on this one to how I felt.
No, especially the live version on K for Now.
I can't tell if I like
the
Ariana's version
tour.
more just
Are you
because
crazy?
I'm more familiar with it, or if I even like
the
it
whistle?
more at all. Because part of me really does think that I do like Camila's demo more and would have liked it more as an official release.
No, girl.
And I know I said that we can't tell how a song would perform in a different artist, but I do feel confident in saying Camila's version would have been popular too.
It wouldn't.
So that is it for
That's
me today.
exactly what I'm saying.
Definitely
It
don't
wouldn't.
forget to let me know your thoughts on
it
these
really
songs
wasn't
and
good.
which artists you like it better with. Remember, for every song that I mentioned had a demo or a demo was recorded. Those demos are linked down below in the video description.
I want to listen to the Normani
check them out
version of Ring.
And let me know.
I'm so interested.
I already filled in my bones that you guys are gonna come for me over the Camila.
Probably because people suck.
But I have to be honest. I like her version better, I think, and you know what? That's my opinion, and I'm gonna stick with it. Doesn't mean I hate it.
Yeah, that's my opinion. I don't like it. She likes it. That's opinions. I'm fine with her. She's fine with me.
I'm honest.
That's
I'm
it.
gonna be honest with you guys. So come for me if you must, but that is my opinion.
Period.
As always, thank you all so very much.
Stand by what
you
say.
Like and subscribe so that you can stick around for more. Also, you can make sure to follow me on Twitter if you'd like to keep up with.
Yeah, this is a really good video. I really liked it, and there were, like I said, there was a lot of songs that I didn't know. God is the One was actually the only one that I actually know that Camila was gonna do it. But yeah, if you guys have any video of this genre that you want me to react to, please leave it in the comments. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like, consider subscribing, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.